What's up, Fear Knight here, ready to make another video. Today is Hasbro Wave 7 ranking, that's right, we're almost done. After this we have Wave 8, and then there won't be another Wave ranking video until Wave 9 has been fully shown. So far we have like 3 or 4 products of it shown, which I will not spoil until the next video, Wave 9 one, whenever I make it, but yeah. So for the Wave 7 ranking, we have Hasbro's Fang, Flame Cerberus, Feather Phoenix, defense version, not the original, the Karatami one, if you already know that one. The Black Rudder Phoenix, Stun Medusa, Reaper Rhino, Scale Shark, Yellow Shelter Drake, Ridge Triceratops, the Calibur Samurai and Obsidian Shell dual pack, the Hag Viking and Circle Ghost dual pack, the Bike Croc Deluxe string launcher set, Draciel Shield, the X-treme expansion pack, the X-treme battlers pack, and the Yggdrasil team pack. So let's start off with Fang T or turn 460 Unite. This I'm gonna put in avoid if possible. The Fang blade it does seem like it's good for attack and is overall well balanced. Although I think it is on the lighter side compared to other heavier blades, but it definitely has attack potential. The turn assist blade is not that good anymore because it's too light and too tall. And although it can change modes from attack to stamina, it's not that effective that much. 460 is not that good for Ratchet either. 4 sides have never been that good except 450, which we'll see later. So yeah, not that good for Ratchet right there. And while Unite is an okay bit, it's outclassed by many other bits, and it is a bit harder to control. So yeah, I'm not putting in never buy because because it's definitely not that bad in the sense, but it's also not the middle/okay range. So yeah, the Fang blade is overall good enough. The turn assist blade not good. The 460 ratchet not good, and the Unite bit not that good either. Next we have Flame Cerberus W/wheel 580 wall ball. This is a must buy. Flame Cerberus is one of those bays where only one part makes it a must buy, while the others are not that extravagant. The Flame Blade is a stamina blade. By the way, Fang was a balance type. Sorry to mention that. The Flame Cerberus is a excuse me. Flame Cerberus is a stamina type. The Flame Blade is designed to make a perfect circle when spinning. Basically Circle Ghost, but a bit heavier. So yeah, it helps with deflecting attacks, but since it's also a bit on the lighter side, it's outclassed by other good CX blades like the Blast Blade, which we'll see in the next video, Wave 8 ranking. Make sure to watch that when it comes out. So yeah, Flame is outclassed. The Wheel Assist Auxiliary Blade is what makes this a must-buy. The Wheel Auxiliary Blade is the best non-metal auxiliary blade out there. It's short, it's durable, it's a perfect circle, so it helps with deflecting attacks and spinning longer. So yeah, if for defense and stamina combos, the Wheel Auxiliary Blade is a must. 580 is a bad ratchet, just don't bother with that. Wall Ball is decent because it's ball, but it has like a little wall ridge around it, which helps with restabilizing if you get knocked down. It's not used that much, but it has potential in defense and stamina combos. So yeah, the Flame Blade the Flame Blade's decent. The Wheel Auxiliary Blade is goated, which is why you should be getting this. 580's trash, and Wall Ball is decent. Next we have the Feather Phoenix 260 needle starter set. This is a never buy because if you don't know the history of Feather Phoenix, the blade is actually an attack blade released by the Karatami as an exclusive, so Hasbro could not release it. but they released the black version that came in a random booster, but they gave it 260 needle for some reason, turning this attack blade into a defense type combo. The Feather Phoenix blade is too light. It's very, very light for attack, so it easily gets thrown around, and it's also too round. Back then it was decent, but now it's definitely outclassed by other way heavier blades. When Thor Phoenix released, it was immediately outclassed by that. 260 is a bad ratchet because although it has attack potential, it's way too easy to burst because the two block parts are too big. And Needle's a bad bit because it's Needle. It's supposed to be a defense bit, but it easily falls over. So yeah, Feather Phoenix blade bad, 260 bad, and Needle bad. Next we have the Rudder Phoenix 470 low flat starter set. This is a never buy. The Rudder Phoenix blade, we'll see it again later. This is the black version, by the way. As Zanky described it like this, it's meant to be stamina blade, but it's too round for stamina, it's too round for attack, but too aggressive for stamina. So it's a lose-lose either way. So yeah, Rudder Phoenix. The Rudder Phoenix blade not that good because you can't really do anything with it. You can't attack well, you can't defend well, and you can't stamina well. 470 is not that good for ratchet because 4 sides are never that good. The 70 height just makes it worse. And low flat, although low flat is overall a good enough bit, you can easily get it through better packs like the Keel Shark 360 low flat pack. So yeah, Rudder Phoenix blade bad, 470 not that good, and low flat while good enough, better ways to buy it. Next is Stun Medusa 960 gear ball. The Rudder Phoenix was an attack type, by the way. Stun Medusa the stamina type. The Stun Medusa blade is based off Shadow Shinobi, and Shadow Shinobi was light enough, so Stun Medusa is just lighter, and it's also more hollow, meaning it's easier to burst, so the blade is already trash. 960 is a great ratchet, but you could easily get it through better sources like the Thor Phoenix Deluxe string launcher set and some other parts releases I cannot think of the top of my head. And gear ball is trash because it's ball with the gears all the way extended, so you have less stamina. It doesn't really help with extreme dashes that much. So yeah, blade is bad, ratchet's great, but you can get it through better buys, and the bit is bad. Next, we have Reaper Rhino C or Charge 455 dot, also a never buy. The Reaper blade is outclassed now because it's lighter than other ones. Most of the early main CX blades were outclassed by the newer ones because of how light they were. The C or Charge auxiliary blade is too tall and not that effective overall with defense. And although it's attack shaped, it doesn't help with attacks that much either. It's too tall, and too round. It's like the case with Rudder Phoenix, too round to attack but too sharp to defend. The 455 ratchet is good with blades like Mirage Clock. If you didn't know, Mirage Clock, I'll tell you, is one of the Wave 9 base that got leaked. So you're going to need 455 for competitive Mirage Clock combos. But you can get it through other better places like Arc Wizard, which comes with low orb, which you also need for Mirage Clock. So that's even better. And then the dot blade, making this a defense type. The dot bit it was the first non-needle like defense bit we got, but it's not that good either. It's supposed to grip onto the stadium floor, but it has a hard time doing that from what I've seen. So also a bad bit. The main blade is bad. The auxiliary blade is bad. The ratchet is great only for Mirage Clock, but no other reason you need it, and you can easily get it with Arc Wizard because that's better, and Dot is bad. Next, we have Scale Shark 450 under flat. This one's a must buy, definitely, because Scale Shark is an attack blade that's really heavy, and aims really low. Really good for those attack combos that burst the ratchet, especially on 170 low rush, although Hasbro didn't release the 170 ratchet yet, but the Tommy did. 450 is the only good four-sided ratchet because it's extremely low, making it really hard to burst, and really helps with those ratchet snipe combos too. Underflat is regular flap at 2mm shorter, meaning it's also extremely low. Really good for also those ratchet sniper combos. The whole stock combo itself is competitive because it's really low. The reason people put on the blade on combos like 170 low rush is for more stamina in case you don't get good hits, but most of the time you do, so even the stock combo alone is really good. But if you know about the scalper situation, you can almost never get one. But if you are somehow lucky enough to find a skill shark, buy it immediately because it's one of the best bays out there. It's practically the best attack type right now. So the blade is really good, the ratchet is really good, and the bit's really good. Next we have the Yellow Shelter Drake 570 Orb. This is a never buy. Shelter Drake blade is too light to be competitive, although it technically could have some competitive use. You could easily get 780 gear point, which is better, the red one. But like I said, overall too light to be competitively used. 570 is overall not that good of a ratchet. The 560 was good, but 570 is a bit taller, making it worse. 560 is just better. We're going to be getting a 550 soon, so that's going to practically outclass 550 in a way. And then Orb, while decent, is outclassed by all the ball bits except Gear Ball. Like you have a Disc Ball even better than a Wall Ball, you have Regular Ball, and Free Ball's the best. So yeah, Orb outclassed, not that good anymore, decent, but not that competitively used. So yeah, the Shelter Drake blade too light to be competitive. 570 is not that good, and Orb is outclassed now. Next we have Ridge Triceratops, 980 gear needle, defense type. Shelter Drake was the yellow one was a stamina type, by the way. And Scale Shark was an attack type. I keep forgetting to mention that. Oh, so this is a never buy. Ridge Triceratops is based off the Cowl Sphinx blade, which was already bad, and because it's lighter, it's just worse. 980 is not his overall. It's the only, I think, decent enough 9-sided ratchet, but 960 is just ultimately better. And Gear Needle is a trash bit because it's needle with the gears extended. Doesn't even increase the speed that much, it just makes needle scrape more and lose stamina way faster. So the blade is bad, ratchet is easily outclassed, and the bit is bad. Next we have the Calibur Samurai 670, no, I don't want anyone spamming 67 in the comments. 670 Merge, and Obsidian Shell 385 Spike. This I'm going to put in Avoid if possible. The only competitive part here is really Calibur Samurai blade. So Calibur Samurai is a balance type, and Obsidian Shell yellow one is a defense type. The Calibur Samurai blade is a balance type blade. Overall well rounded. It's square. It looks round from the top, but square shaped from the bottom. So it's good. It's good enough with attack and defense combos, like the balance kind of combos especially. Hence why it's on a balance type combination. 670 is overall not that good of a ratchet. The 6 sides were never that good, and 70 it's slightly taller, so not really that good. Merge is interesting because Merge is just a plastic small needle tip with a lot of rubber around. It's the bit with the most gears. It has 18 gears, meaning one extreme dash erases a lot of stamina but has a lot of power to it. So it's pretty much a 100% speed, 0% stamina kind of bit. And it's extremely tall too. I think it's the tallest bit right now. And tall is bad. The thing is, in the next video, we're going to see a bay called Rocket Griffin. I won't spoil what it does because you'll find it extremely cool. But Rocket Griffin does really well on Merge, apparently. So that's something to use it for, Rocket Griffin on Merge. But that's the only time you're ever going to use it. Obsidian Shell Blade is a defense blade that's supposed to, help with low defense, but it's too light for any use. 385 is a bad ratchet, and Spike is a bad bit. I've already explained why a few times. I'm not going to. So this Calibur Samurai Blade is decent, good enough. 670s, not that good of a ratchet. Merge is only good on bays like Rocket Griffin. Obsidian Shell, bad. 385, bad. And Spike, bad. So there are other competitive blades I can replace Calibur Samurai with, but if you don't necessarily have to avoid it just for that blade. Next, we have the Hack Viking 455 Orb and Circle Ghost 460 Rush. This I'm also going to be putting in Avoid if possible. Hack Viking blade based off the Hammer Incendio blade, so it's it's lighter. Hammer Incendio was decent, so this one's just worse because it's lighter. Slightly rounder, but doesn't really help that much. 455 is good for their Mirage Claw combos, like I said. Although you could also get with Arc Wizard, which is better. Orb, I say it's outclassed, but Orb is a decent replacement for Ball if you don't have any kind of ball bit. But if you have to choose between Gear Ball and Orb, always choose Orb because Orb is even better than Gear Ball. So, and then the Circle Ghost Blade, by the way, Hack Viking Stamina and the Circle Ghost combination attack. Circle Ghost Blade is a stamina blade, but it's too light for stamina. It gets thrown around easily. It's one of the lightest blades, despite being a perfect circle. So that's trash. 460 is not that good. And Low Rush is a great attack bit, especially on Scale Shark. And it's the easiest way to get it from Hasbro right now. So yeah. The only reason I'm not putting in Never Buy is because you get 455 and Orb, which are decent, and then the Great Low Rush, although it's better value from the Stadium set, but sometimes you're unable to get the Stadium set drop attack one because it's too expensive, so this is an easier way to get Low Rush right now. Next, you have the Bike Croc 260 Quake String Launcher Deluxe set. This is a must-buy, not because of the Bike Croc. The Bike Croc blade will go quickly over that. It's based off the Keel Shark blade, but it's rounder, so although it's lighter, it's still competitively good as Keel Shark. 260 is a bad ratchet, like we said, and Quake, although fun, is unpredictable and runs out of stamina easy, so that's a bad bit. The reason you're going to get this set is because it comes with a string launcher, which many bladers prefer and is competitively better for those who want to control launch. But this is the first Hasbro product where we get a hand grip. For those who are wondering, the hand grip is what you're supposed to hold on to. Like, I remember just holding on to the launcher, but holding on to the hand grip, I've never done that before, so I'm just trying to picture it. Provides much more stability and control to the launch, and make sure you don't accidentally cut your fingers if you accidentally your fingers are accidentally holding the bay while you're launching it. You don't cut your fingers. So yeah, you're not getting it for the bay necessarily, but for the launcher and hand grip. Next, you have Draciel Shield 760 dot. This is a never buy. Hold on, where'd it go? Oh wait, no, never mind. Don't tell me the never buy is already too full. Okay, never mind. Good. So the Draciel Shield blade is a remake blade based off the old Draciel. From the plastic gen, it's too light to be any good, although it has the moving balls on metal balls on the side to help its defense. Too light. 760 is a great ratchet, but you could get it through other more beneficial ways like Crest Leone and Fort Hornet and the dot, like we said, is already a bad bit. So blade is bad, ratchet is great, but other ways to get it, and dot is bad. Now we're on to the 3 special sets. First, we have the X-treme expansion pack. And the X-treme expansion pack showed us the release of the Beyblade Male Knight, the Knight Evolution. The Hasbro version also comes with other blades, ratchets, and bits. The original Takara Tommy version, I'm not going to say what was in it because this is a Hasbro video, but the Takara Tommy one was overall better, so let's just see what's in this. In the X-treme, excuse me. Sorry, give me a second. I just had a delicious mango milkshake and my throat is starting to get all... That's better. Anyways, the 3 blades that come in the X-treme expansion pack are the Male Knight blade, the Circle Ghost blade, and the Hammer Incendio blade, but a blue version. The Male Knight blade is a defense blade. It's a UX blade, meaning it has you can see its UX ability is that it has 3 golden balls you can see in there, like marbles. This is theoretically supposed to help keep the Beyblade in balance, shock absorption, so when it's getting hit, it absorbs the impact with the balls. In overall, not that effective for defense, but it's been used for attack, and it's overall good, I'll say. 380, and sorry, we're going over the blades first. The other blade that comes with it is Circle Ghost, and like we said earlier, Circle Ghost is too light and it's bad. It comes with a blue metal coated Hammer Incendio blade, and the Hammer Incendio blade was overall decent when it released, but it got outclassed, so no really point in using Hammer Incendio. So all the blades are overall not that good in this set. And next we have the ratchets. 385 is a horrible ratchet because it's too tall and it's a simple ratchet. All simple ratchets are bad except 755 and 455, and they're only good on the Mirage Claw combos. Besides that, there's no other use for them, unless you want to try Curse Mummy, which you'll see in the next video. That's another reason to use 755, but you'll see what 755 is in the next video, my bad. Anyways, 385, too tall, bad ratchet. Simple ratchet, way too easy to burst. 965, also a bad ratchet because it's a simple ratchet and it's too tall, and it's also very easy to burst. 455, like I just said, good on Mirage Claw combos. Besides that, it's trash. And then 770 is a great ratchet, great substitute for 760. It's one of the rare occasions where the 70 height is just as good as the 60 height, along with the one-sided ratchets. But this is the only way to get it so far, so I'd say just use 760. The bits it comes with 5 bits. First, you have Bounce Spike, which is basically Spike, but it can bounce a bit on it can bounce a bit, which also helps with impact. I don't know why they gave an ability to a defense type to make it bounce. It seems like something you use as like attack or something. Defense, it just makes it lose stamina easier, so that's trash. Point is a great bit, great for balance combos, or because and it can also be used on attack blades because it has great attack power while also having good stamina. Ball is also a great bit, great stamina bit. Yeah, definitely, lats battles a lot. Metal Needle is a horrible bit because it's a needle bit and it has a metal point. And although it's a bit heavier than other needles, it breaks your stadium, and so there's no point getting a bit that breaks your stadium and is already trash. And then you have the new bit Rubber Accel. This Rubber Accel is just Accel but rubber. This doesn't really help that much. The only way you can technically use it competitively is when it wears down, because then it spins practically forever. Not forever, but for a really long time. But official tournaments have banned a worn down Rubber Accel, so you can't really use in the only competitive way you can, so that's basically trash. Not to mention that the way it's designed, it's really hard to do an extreme dash because it's like the elevate bit where you have to push and then it goes slightly above the stadium, which means it doesn't touch the ground when doing an extreme dash. So yeah, overall, Rubber Accel is also not good. The new parts just to specify that come in this are the Mail Knight Blade, the 965 ratchet, the 770 ratchet, the Bounce Spike ratchet, the Bounce Spike bit, and the Rubber Accel bit. Everything else is old, and the only good parts on this are 770, point, ball, and technically 455. Everything else is bad. I don't know why I didn't put where it deserves yet. So because of all of this, I'm putting this in a never buy. Next, you have the Extreme Battlers pack. This is a must buy. The Extreme Battlers pack comes with 3 bays. It comes with a BX, a UX, and a CX blade. We'll start with the BX blade, a stamina type. This is Gill Shark, a blue remix that Hasbro made. Comes with 560 free ball. Gill Shark is a retool of Shelter Drake, and Shelter Drake was already light, meaning Gill Shark is way really light, so that's trash. 560 is overall a great ratchet for balanced and attack combos, especially on those Cobalt Dragoon 560 elevate combos. And free ball is the best stamina bit practically definitely one of the best stamina bits, arguably the best, because it's basically a free spinning ball bit, which means a lot more stamina and defense. So while the blade on Gill Shark is bad, the parts it comes with are definitely good. The UX bait that it comes with is Rock Golem M85. I believe that's High Needle. We got a green paint coated Rock Golem. Rock Golem is overall a solid defense blade. Definitely has competitive use because if it's good enough weight and it's low defense nature. It's basically Obsidian shell but better. M85. The M85 is the first ratchet we got that has metal on it. Technically, it should have been called 585 because it has 5 points on it, but they called it M85 because there's a metal ring underneath it that makes it the heaviest ratchet. But it's a simple ratchet, so the heavy weight along with how easy it is to burst just makes it horrible, so never use M85. And High Needle is also trash because it's needle but higher, making it worse. So out of the Rock Golem M85 High Needle combo, the only thing good is Rock Golem. Now we have the CX base that comes with it. The main attraction, Might Emperor H/Heavy, and the Operate Ratchet Integrated Bit. This one will require a lot of explaining. So the Might Emperor chip, I mentioned this in a previous video when I first did, I think it was wave 5, that I wouldn't mention the chips unless there was metal on it. Well, Might Emperor is the first bait, at least the one that Hasbro released, that has a metal chip on it. This makes the chip heavier, way heavier compared to other ones. It's great for defense combos and attack combos and some stamina combos. Although it's chips are overall great, they do have some cons, like stamina can be worn down easily because all the weight's in the center, but I think that's practically the only con. But otherwise, it's good for defense and attack. I said stamina, but not really that much stamina. Next, we have the Might the Might main blade. It's supposed to incorporate attack and stamina into one, so like a stamina kind of attack where you use the huge chip design to. I know how to describe it, but for some reason I can't make it on words. It's the type of blade that it's so rigid that it's supposed to really drain your opponent's stamina. So yeah, that's it. And it's also a metal coated gold and black one. Overall, the Might blade is decent, but not really that competitively used. The most competitive part of this is the auxiliary blade called Heavy. Heavy has metal on it. It was the first auxiliary blade with metal on it. Excuse me. And because of that, it was the heaviest auxiliary blade, really heavy compared to the other ones, and made it the best auxiliary blade so far. Triceratops is getting us a rare new auxiliary blade with metal on it called Gravity, which is most likely going to be better. But I'm not going to go in depth about that because most likely Hasbro never will be able to release auxiliary blade. So for Hasbro, Heavy is the best auxiliary blade, great for any kind of combo, attack, defense, and stamina, and balance, all because of its weight. And lastly, we have the ratchet integrated bit, which is called Operate. Operate is a ratchet integrated bit, I should explain before, is a ratchet and bit fused into one. This allows for more complex abilities like Might Emperor's, which I will explain. Might Emperor ratchet integrated bit can switch between attack and defense mode. You could just have to twist the little gold part between the bit part and the ratchet part. You either get the tall unbalanced attack mode or the short balanced defense mode. Technically, both modes are the same height. They just made attack taller. So yeah, I guess they just decided to make them equal height. Attack is overall also equal height to defense. But yeah, attack mode is unbalanced and defense mode is well-rounded. So the only thing is, ratchet integrated bits are really easy to burst because they're way easier to hit by how big they are, and from what I've seen, they overall have weaker burst resistance. Not as bad as the simple ratchets, but normal ratchets and bits are overall better. Unless I guess you could try and use it competitively because it does have some competitive uses, but overall it's gonna burst most of the time. So the reason it's a must buy is because of the 560, the free ball bit, the rock golem blade, but especially for the Emperor lock chip, the heavy assist auxiliary blade, and somewhat the ratchet integrated bit operate. The Gill Shark blade is trash, M85 trash, high needle trash, and as for the Might blade, main blade, it's overall decent. And lastly, this is really long video, sorry for that. Lastly, on this long wave list, we have the Yggdrasil team pack. This was the first pack that, hold on, why won't it fit? This is the first pack that Hasbro released where they actually included which bladers owned it, which only Takara Tommy did. But this is a never buy, and I'm about to tell you why. The only new bay here is Rudder Phoenix 970 Glide. We've already seen Sting Unicorn 560 gear point and Cowl Sphinx 980 gear needle, so I'm going to quickly go over those two first. We already know Cowl Sphinx is trash. It released in Wave 3. The blade is bad at defense. It's too light and too rigid. 980s outclassed by 960 and gear needles trash. As for Sting Unicorn, it's overall good enough because the Sting Unicorn blade may be outclassed, but 560 is a great ratchet and gear point's a good bit. But you could easily get it in the former Wave 2 boosters. That's just the bay alone, and that's way cheaper. As for Rudder Phoenix, it's not that good at all. When I mentioned the black one, the black Rudder Phoenix, I already told you that the blade is bad because it's supposed to be a stamina blade with some attack incorporated into it, but it's too round for attack and too rigid for stamina, so it's not really good at anything. As for 970 is overall a decent ratchet. It could be a good substitute for 960, although 960 is overall better. But like I said, 960 better. You could easily just get the better Sword Phoenix. But if you really want 970, just get on the cheaper Brush Fox, which also is competitively better. As for Glide comes with a special kind of plastic, which I forgot the long name, but the short name is palm plastic. And the palm plastic is the plastic that has the least amount of friction, which allows the blade to spin for a long time. But for some reason, Glide when it was first released, sometimes the plastic I think would be a bit unbalanced, or the plastic would not show up, so you just have like an Accel that's a bit heavier, but the plastic would not touch, so basically it became an attack type. And even when they fixed this issue, Glide was overall not that good because hold on, I'm trying to remember why. I just remember Glide not being that good. I think it's because the way it was designed, it was still too rigid. So either way, Glide was, although had the palm plastic, it was too aggressive to be a good and inconsistent to be a good stamina bit. And it has 16 gears, which means one extreme dash drains a lot of stamina. Although the palm plastic should make up for this issue, for some reason it doesn't. So overall, if you want the two base Cowl Sphinx and Sting Unicorn, which you shouldn't, then just get them in their single boosters, and Rudder Phoenix is not worth it. So yeah, that's it for Wave 7. Sorry, Wave 7 was practically the longest wave here. Let's go over it. The must-buys, you have Flame Cerberus, Scale Shark, the Bite Croc Deluxe Launcher Set, and the X-treme Battlers Pack. We don't have any specific great buys or mid/okay. And avoid if possible, you have Fang Leon, the Calibur Samurai and Obsidian Shell Dual Pack, and the Circle Ghost and Hack Viking Dual Pack. And in the long list of never buys, you have the Black Feather Phoenix, Black Rudder Phoenix, Stun Medusa, Reaper Rhino, Yellow Shelter Drake, Ridge Triceratops, Draciel Shield, the X-treme Expansion Pack, and the Yggdrasil Pack. So as you can see, this wave was definitely either great or trash. There was nothing in between. But for the next wave, we'll see how that goes. But thank you very much for watching. Sorry if this was long. Hopefully the next Wave 8 video is shorter. Fear Night out.